And here he is now, ready to preach above the water big time on the front flip. Mike Murphy, the veteran, the legend.
The sit-down hydrofoil was actually, it came about in 1989. The patents got on it, and it was, I'm the co-patent holder with Bob Woolley with Air Chair. I'm Mike with Sky Ski, so both of us hold the patents on it. And it really came from a cross from water skiing and hang gliding. I water skied for a living and I hang glided for fun, and I liked that flying feeling, so we created the Air Chair / Sky Ski. The sport is really evolving. I mean, 2 years ago I was right on the top with everybody, and I've actually learned a few tricks since then, and I'm going downhill instead of uphill. These kids are throwing KGBs and modes, and I know they're working on doubles and sevens, and it's really getting out of control with these tricks these guys are doing. And the nice thing about it is, two really cool things is, I'm 55 years old. My mom has the record at over 5 hours at 85 years old, so it's really good for older people. And another thing that's really cool about it is rough water. It doesn't know rough water because you're flying over the surface.
Mike Murphy, spreading the gospel of sky ski. The #1 seed here at this Pro Tour stop, Gino Yockler out of Lakeland, Florida, the overall tour champion last year. One of the best is coming up.
Another bad group, I couldn't sleep. My mind so deep and thought I'd weep because I couldn't find the sheep. And once again I was up all night. The lights so bright can't run.
This is a long time coming. You know, hydrofoiling has been around for 13, 14 years as a sit-down. But before that, I mean, they used hydrofoils back in the 50s and 60s. So the sport really, it's due. You know, it's time. This is the next extreme sport, and you know, if anybody watches the sport, follows the sport, they can see how far it's come just in the last couple of years. So I'm thinking that, you know, if not this year, maybe next year or the year after that, I mean, it's going to start to blow up. I have a lot of influence from a lot of different water sports. You know, I used to dive in high school, you know, off a springboard. I used to freestyle jump on the Pro Tour. I wakeboarded for a brief time on the Pro Tour, did some amateur, won some titles. So all those things, you put them together, you know, I've got a pretty well-rounded base to take it to the next level on the hydrofoil. So I think I had a big advantage, for sure. You know, you just really don't know any given day who's going to ride the best. You know, it's up for anybody.
It's although you lie, I'm satisfied. If though you say it was better off this way, if though you know part of us has died, I can't complain, I'm satisfied. You were the one I've loved before, and you were the one I can't ignore. You were the one that said to me all those things that you shouldn't have said to me. You were the one I waited for, and you were the one I can't ignore. You were the one that said to me all those things that you shouldn't have said. It's although you hide, I'm satisfied. And though you say it was better off this way, and though you know part of us has died, I can't complain, I'm satisfied. The one of me wash the dirt away, and then we clear skies once again. It's what you do, not what you say. When enemies become your friend, and you try to run away, you'll change in the end. You'll change in the end. And you'll change in the end.
Coming up next is going to be Brian Steele as Hydrofoil Tour 2003, brought to you by Host Marriott Corporation, continues at Summerfest 2003.
From the first time I got on the hydrofoil, it was just so fun. And, you know, the enthusiasm of the other hydrofoilers that you're with, you know, it just keeps pushing the sport. So I just kind of fed off all that, and I really love teaching people how to hydrofoil. So we built the website foilfreaks.com to share information, share what people are doing, and it just everybody flocks to that, and it just keeps growing from there, pushing the sport.
I can't complain, I'm satisfied. I can't complain, I'm satisfied.
Billy Rossini up next.
Accomplished a lot of the goals that I was going for in kneeboarding, and at the kneeboard events I was seeing Mike Murphy, Tony Klarich, all the guys that really were going off on the foil, and thought one day, hey, I'm going to give this thing a shot. And once I got on it, I gave it about a month, and I was addicted. And then slowly the kneeboard was coming out less and less on the boat, and the foil's there, and I see longevity in the sport. I think the fact that you can go out and ride for such a long period of time and really doesn't wear you down. The air, for me, is probably the biggest part. I remember the first time I threw a roll and had never seen the boat that far away from me before, and came down, and it was just landing just like on a cushion. And I was like, this is it. There's so many people. There's a lot of grassroots events that are starting to come up. People seeing events. There's several schools in the United States. We own one, the Charlotte Water Ski Center out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and that's what we specialize in. It's getting people that see this thing out on the water and getting them up and showing them how easy it is, and no matter what age you're at. So it's great to see that, and hopefully it'll help the sport grow.